What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, I'm going to go through a batch of cars that I just purchased. They're all here except for one. Let me show you what we got. Now, first off, I've had a lot of you asking if I got rid of the Power Wagon. No, it's literally right here, and today is, well, it's Friday. I think it's the 16th or the 17th, I don't remember. But there's the TRX. And there's the Power Wagon. They're both still here. Nobody's gone anywhere. Let's see. Oh, probably the new prize on the channel currently. That may change. I don't know. It may not. The worst, best BMW ever made. I'll let you guys fight in the comment section over this one. That's right. A 2008 BMW M5 V10 500 horsepower SMG transmission. I bought it sight unseen from Colorado, and it just got delivered. And I think she's lowered a bit, guys. I'm relatively sure she's lowered a bit. That lip, I'm not sure if that's factory or not, but that lip, pretty damn slick. She's a good looking car. Black on black. She's a beast. And, well, she's got a little exhaust on her. It's not much. It's not much. She just got this little exhaust on her. It sounds all right, I guess, for a, a wimpy V10. A lot of horsepower, not a lot of torque. Clunky, horrible SMG transmission. Rod bearing failure. Then what else? Vanos pump failure, SMG pump failure, clutch failure. These cars are just absolute disasters. Nobody should ever own one because they're junk. So yeah, I bought one. I did. I bought one. Speaking of junk, here we go. Here we go. We were talking recently about launching a car off the back of my trailer, using the TRX over there to put it in launch mode. So I bought this to do that with. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can follow through with that or not. This is a Subaru Impreza wagon. It's a 1999, and she's got some problems. If you can see the, yeah, this is a stolen car. Like legit, this car is stolen from Washington and somehow ended up down here where I guess they found it. Not only is it a stolen car, but if you notice, it says Needles, right? It also says NRD. That doesn't mean nerd. That means non-run or drive, meaning this car does nothing. It's also a biohazard with needles, and I'll give you just a quick peek. This one is going to be fun to go through because it is actually full of needles. It really is. There's cigarette butts. There's, I don't know. It's full of somebody's stuff. I mean, the whole car is like a purse here. I'm being very cautious because we're going to go through this on a separate video. Like right here, there's a needle. And there's more. I've seen several needles just from peeking into this car. There's a phone right here. Probably a food stamp phone. Okay. We've got to be very careful going through this car because this is no joke. You get stuck with one of those needles, next thing you know, you got gonorrhea herpes, and none of us want that. It's full. Like I say, I don't know what all is in this car, but there's a gas cap. Oh, vice grips, some tools. Yeah. It's gross, is what I'm trying to tell you. This car is really gross. This may very well be the worst. And I haven't done anything to it yet. I know you need a screwdriver to start it. Aside from that, I know absolutely nothing. But we're going to go through this car together, and we're going to find out if it runs or not. So this is it's an Impreza L all-wheel drive. Yeah, whatever all that means, I don't know. Lots of clothes. There's an air intake pipe in there. See, here's a perfect example. Here's a needle right here. Just right there on the floor. You got to be so careful. And then rotten food and stuff all over the place. Let's see if we can pop the hood. I'm going to bet money. There's your ignition switch right there. I'm going to bet money. I'll put money on it that IAA never attempted to start this car. Generally speaking, if you've got something that's full of needles, biohazard, blood, things like that, a lot of times, guys, the auction doesn't even mess with them. They're just going to send those right on down the road. So, up there's your little opposing cylinder engine. They call these Boxers, right? Not Boxster, like Boxer. It's a Boxer engine. The battery is missing too. That's never a good sign. I've told you guys this before. There's the mass airflow sensor taped to the intake. Okay, that's different. Yeah, this is definitely going to run. Probably not ever going to run. Next, this one I think I may have made a mistake on. I got it for next to nothing though, so if it doesn't run, it doesn't run. It's definitely got more damage than I thought it did. I think I won this for like $300, $400 as well. It's a 1998 BMW 740i, and I really just wish I hadn't have bought it, if I'm being completely honest with you. I got a bad feeling about this one. I have not popped the hood. I haven't looked at it really. I came over here and I put this window up. It's off track, so I had to just pull it up. But this car is in pretty rough shape, guys. Way worse than I thought it was from the auction photos. It's just the way it goes. I think this is a Copart car. It is. Like, you know, this window's obviously been having problems for a long time. And it got left down for what appears to be a long time. It doesn't smell particularly good, I'll tell you that. But again, the key is still strapped to it. Like, I haven't had an opportunity to... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. We might just drive over this one, guys. Oh, crap. Yeah, it's going to be one of those, isn't it? Oh, she's really stuck on this side. See, this side looks like it pulls up some. Yeah. Oh, boy. Another non-runner. You guys know I love my non-runners because you just never... Yeah, I'll have to get some help with that. I was going to pop the hood so we could see what's under there. But, ah, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Hold on. The only problem is I don't know where the stupid latch is. There it is. Oh, good God, that's heavy. Woo. Oh boy. Well, hell, it's got a jump spot right there. That's nice. That's nice. Mercedes doesn't generally do that. BMW, they're always thinking about you, man. They know you're gonna have to jump start these things. There's spider webs. This thing's been sitting a long time. Yeah, there's no way it's gonna run. None. I promise you, if nothing else, the gas is rotten. Okay, well, there's that. Next, a 1988 Mercury Cougar XR7. Yeah, that means it's the V8. This is also a non-runner. You guys know I love my non-runners. The paint, there is none. There is no paint left. But honestly, the body of this is in really, really good shape. I mean, hardly a ding to be found anywhere on this car. The window tint is crap, but I'm thinking, if we can get this old girl to run, I mean, I'd be willing to send her down to Mako, get these lights polished up, right? Get it repainted, probably a nicer red than whatever this is. A really nice red, I think, would look good on it. I don't know the miles, but the interior is super clean on this one. Look at this. She is just, and it smells good. It smells old. That's what it smells like. It smells old. It's got 142,000 miles on the odometer. It is an automatic. Let's see if we can pop the hood here and show you what she's working with under there. This one could run. In fact, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say this one will run. I do believe this will run. I do. It looks too damn nice under here. There is no oil. There's no grease. Nothing under this hood. Just a beautiful 5-point slow V8 engine, man. Good old 302. Early fuel injection for these bad boys. Yeah, this one. I'm so excited to bring this one to you. That one and the M5, I think, honestly, right now are my two absolute favorites. Next, you've already seen the video of this. This is the it's a 2001 Chevy Lumina that we bought sight unseen for 400 bucks from dealer auto auction, and we drove it 60 miles home, and it did just fine with cold air conditioning and everything. It rode down the highway just fine, made the whole trip at interstate speeds, no issue at all. I've had a lot of you on Instagram and Facebook asking about these two. These are not mine, all right? I don't want to say any more than this about them, but these belong to Monkey Wrench Mike, all right? And they are both non-runners. They both literally say non-runner, non-runner. This is a diesel. This is pretty cool. If he can get either one or both of these to run, that's going to be some amazing content for his channel. So if you're not subscribed to Monkey Wrench Mike, definitely go over there, because I can promise you he's going to have these cars on the channel at some point in the future. Next, you've already seen this one. We're not going to talk about this one for long. The 1983 Chevy Camaro. This thing is, you know, it's sinking into the ground. It's been sitting here way longer than it should have. I haven't gotten around to it because I've got other projects that I also haven't gotten to. Why is this door open? Somebody's been in here. Yeah, somebody been snooping around. All right, well, it's closed now. But anyway, this one I bought, it's a 4-cylinder, which makes it kind of weird. It's also a non-runner. I thought it would be fun to try to get it running. Maybe we could get it running, maybe not. But either way, it'd be fun. If you can't make it run, the body's in good shape. It would hold a paint job. If I sent it on to Mako, she'd take a paint job. You could throw a V8 under the hood and a transmission. You know, it wouldn't be that difficult to swap out a V8 for it. Even if it's a small one, you know, 5.0 liter, or maybe even a 5.7, I don't know. Could be done. Is it worth it? Honestly, I don't know. With all the other work I've got here, I'm not sure I'm ever going to get around to this car. So maybe we'll try to get it running, and then maybe we'll throw a paint job on if we can get it to run and then send it down the road. But that's not all. We got more. I think I forgot to introduce my newest trailer. In fact, I know I forgot. Boy, I've put some miles on this trailer too. I have used this trailer to move stuff back from Indiana. Stuff that was my grandparents and my uncle's. I know a lot of you have been asking how he's doing. Maybe you don't know about dementia, but it can be good and it can be bad, and sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's really sad and really depressing. It's a roller coaster ride. But I got this because I wanted to make sure I could help my mom bring anything that she needed back, or anything that needed to be rescued from that house back from Indiana. And this trailer has done absolutely amazing. It's about I think I paid right around $7,000 for it, but for the $7,000, it also came with a spare tire, and I don't remember what else it came with, but it's got trailer brakes on both axles. Instead of bias ply tires, it's got radials, so you can actually, ask me how I know, you can go 80 miles an hour with this trailer, and it hauls like a dream. Honest to God, it's like the trailer's not even behind you. I absolutely love this trailer. Oh, and they included this lock too. This big girthy lock. And the great thing about that lock is the chains go inside of it. So unless you figure out another way, you ain't getting this out of my yard. Of course, I got the additional security on as well somewhere. I thought I did. No, I don't. I don't need it because it hasn't been taken. And if you park broke down cars in front of it, makes it even better. Now, real quick before we move on to the other stuff, I wanted to say that I actually used the TRX to haul that trailer. And if you're wondering what kind of fuel economy I got, it really surprised me. I got about 10.5 miles a gallon over the course of about 1,300 miles with this truck and that trailer combination. And I know that sounds really, really bad, but guys, the TRX on its best behavior, will get me about 12.3, 12.5 tops. And that's if I'm being really, really ginger with it. And you don't buy a TRX to be ginger with it. In comparison, this Ram Power Wagon, this thing easily get 20 miles a gallon. I know you're probably thinking, well, then why didn't you take the Power Wagon? I just didn't want to. I wanted to take that. That's my new toy. I wanted to take that. And that's what I did. And it did very, very well. Now, I do have a new surprise in the shop for you that I brought back from Indiana. It belonged to my grandfather. Next, Yeah, we got a few things going on here. The Chevy Citation is at Mako getting painted as we speak. You guys saw this one, the engine's blown. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this. I'll probably just sell it real cheap. The main thing is I got so many projects going. There's no way I can work on all of these. The 1985 Honda video did phenomenal. I think it's pushing 200,000 views from a $175 Honda. We got to get that back window done, and I need to get the regulator replaced on this side. The 1929 Model A Roadster, whatever you want to call this thing, is still here. I have reached out to them many times and begged them to please come get this car out of my shop because I need the space. I told them if they didn't come get it, I was going to start charging. If you're wondering what I might be charging for, well, it's storage fees. It's literally sitting inside. You know, it's an air-conditioned, climate-controlled facility because it has no top. So I can't just sit it outside and risk it getting torn up by the elements. So it's sitting in an air-conditioned shop. And they said, yeah, we understand. We're going to get right on it. Well, that was a week ago, and it's still sitting here. Honestly, I just don't want it. And I don't want to have to file the paperwork for an abandonment lien for them leaving it here. Next, the Model T. You guys know the Model T. You've seen it. It's been here a long time. In fact, all the tools that I was using on it are still sitting underneath it. Michael from Santa's Workshop has agreed to do up these wheels. I'll take them off, and he can obviously work in this shop because it's air conditioned, stays nice and cool in here. But I thought it'd be nice to make the wheels look a little better. They look pretty rough. The whole car looks rough, but I think she deserves to have the wheels done before we put the new tires on them. And we still got to put the whole fuel system back together, and hopefully someday we'll get this done and we can take it out for a drive, at which point I'll probably end up selling it once we get it done. Of course, the Harley-Davidson Nightster is still here, and I haven't ridden it since the day I brought it down here, but that's not the star of the show right now. This right here is a Jawa Babetta, and I think it's made in the Czechoslovakia, I think. I could be wrong. I really don't know anything about these scooters. It's a 49cc, and I've posted on social media a couple times about this, and I've had some negative comments, and I've had some really nice and respectful comments. I've had some people that say it's junk, it's not worth the space that it's taking up in my garage, and my grandfather should have bought something better. And this may be something a lot of you don't know, but I come from a very poor family. We never had any money. We grew up very, very poor, and I have the documentation for this. I have the certificate of origin from 1994. All right, so my grandfather went out and he bought this brand new. And although it may not be a big deal for most people, and most people probably see it as junk, for him, this was a big deal. He got to buy himself a new scooter. Again, I know a lot of you probably don't understand that, but he put 2,317 miles on this bike. And I got to give the man props. And I tried telling that guy, I'm very sorry that my grandfather didn't have enough money to buy something more, you know, suited to his liking. Forgive my grandfather for being poor, and of course, he's long passed away now. This bike has been stored for at least 20 years. At least 20 years. This thing has been floating around my uncle's house. It was in a shed in the backyard that fell down. If I remember correctly, that shed actually fell down, and this thing has just kind of been pushed around. It definitely needs a few things. It's missing a mirror over here. This mirror is broken, so it's going to need a mirror there too. I'm sure that's the least of the things that it needs. It'll need tires, although the inner tubes are holding. I did air them up. I haven't gotten anything done with this. There's a spark plug wire here that's missing the tip. That will definitely need to be addressed. That is the coil. And I honestly, the rest of this, I don't even understand how this bike works, to be honest with you. There's your fuel cutoff and reserve valve right there. Thankfully, she's dry as a bone. There's no rust in it. It does have the motor chain to the rear sprocket, but it's missing the pedal. There's a chain that goes from the pedal, and another thing that I think is weird is it seems to be missing the pedal on this side as well. Yeah, right here. I don't understand. Maybe it's not all the way back, But yeah, there's supposed to be a pedal over here, and I definitely don't see it. If I don't even know if the motor spin... It does. It's very rusted, though. Look at that. She's rusted. That's going to have to all be cleaned up or she'll never run. I think there's also something called a thermizer. I have no idea what that is, but apparently that's one of those things that can go bad on these. And the carburetor, of course, God only knows how long she's been sitting, and it probably won't run. But this is my mission. It's my mission to get this running and then to be able to ride it down the road and kind of remember my grandfather. I've got a parts list for it that's going to run about $300. You could buy one of these in very clean condition for probably $500-600 tops if you wanted one that was just pristine. But for me, this is not about money. This is about my grandfather, and the fact that he rode this thing all over Terre Haute, Indiana. Well, I don't know. It's sentimental to me. You couldn't buy this thing if you offered me $1,000. You could offer me $2,000 for it as it sits, and I just couldn't sell it to you. This means too much to me. There are some buttons here. I don't know what they do. If any of you know what they are, that's the horn. I can see that. This is headlights, I guess. Headlight horn. That button right there, though, I don't know. Throttle appears to work. Front brake seems to work. Back brake doesn't. I don't think that does anything at all. And this back wheel is kind of... She's a little loose. Either way, though, I think this will be a fun project for the channel, and I hope, even though it's something very simple and it's not really worth anything, I hope that you guys might find some entertainment value watching me try to revive this old bike. I know nothing about these bikes. There's the choke right there. I don't know anything about this thing. It's a single speed. Top speed is probably no more than 25 miles an hour or something like that. But it's cool to me, and it's sitting right next to the Harley-Davidson. So that is not all. We have one more car that has yet to arrive. Yep, there's another one. I won a 2006 Porsche Cayman S. Yes, not a Cayenne, a Porsche Cayman S. It's got a 3.4 liter, and yes, it is a 6-speed manual transmission. And I'm here to tell you, I stole it, I think. Unless there's something seriously wrong with it, sight unseen, and this one's coming from Pennsylvania. And it's relatively low miles. So is the BMW M5. That's relatively low miles as well. Stay tuned, guys and gals. I got a lot of stuff coming in. If that's not enough, I'm not done. I'm winning currently a BMW i8. Then that's not all. Keep in mind, I am still buying my grandparents/uncle's house in Terre Haute, Indiana. We're still waiting on paperwork and all of that stuff to go through. It's not an issue of paying for it. I have to buy this house with cash money. It's not a thing where I could take a loan out. I can't borrow money against it. I got to pay cash for it. They appraised it relatively low, fair, I would say, around $20,000. Not bad for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house with central heat and AC. Needs a lot of work. Needs a lot of work. But that's something we're going to be working on in the future as well. We're going to see if we can't resurrect my grandparents' and my uncle's old house and try to bring it back to relatively reasonable, respectable condition. It's definitely fallen into disrepair. Maybe I was thinking of despair and disrepair at the same time. It got pretty rough, guys, and we're going to be working on that as well, so stay tuned. There's plenty more content coming. I know it doesn't look like a lot's getting done around here. I feel the same way, but I can't tell you guys how many times I've had to go up to Indiana and back where I've taken a week off at a time, and I've still managed to pump out enough content to keep a video every single day coming. So please forgive me while I work through all of this personal and family stuff while I try to keep the content going for you guys as well. I appreciate each and every one of you for continuing to watch the videos, even if some of them seem mundane and boring, probably like this one. It goes a long way to support the channel. It brings in a paycheck. I know a lot of you like to say, hey man, don't worry about it. Just stop making videos and get back to it when you get done, when you get things resolved. Guys, I can't. That would be the equivalent of telling anybody that has a full-time job to just don't go to work for a week or 2, or 3 or 4, even though you're not going to get paid for it. Don't worry about it. Just don't go to work. I can't do that for the same reason you can't do that. As much as we might want to, if I stop making content, the money stops coming in. If the money stops coming in, you know, fixing these cars, buying more content, fixing the house and all this other stuff, that's all out the window. So it takes two of us. It takes you and me to get this done. I got to pump out the content because I have to work, and you guys need to watch the videos so that I can get paid, so that I can continue trying to get this stuff done. It's a messy time in life right now, but the most important thing is take care of family. You got to take care of family above and beyond anything else. That is what matters. I love my uncle. Some days are better than others. Some days are really, really bad, and some days are really, really good. And it is such a complicated situation. He is 65 years old, and I never imagined that at 65 he would be in a nursing home. It breaks my heart. It does. It breaks my far too young to be diagnosed with dementia, and obviously dementia doesn't get better. So thank you guys for the continued support, for the prayers, and for the thoughts when it comes to my uncle, the family, and I really do appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't currently subscribed. I would truly appreciate that as well. I've taken up enough of your time. I'm going to get out of here. Stay tuned. Lots of new videos coming. And stay safe out there. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.